Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Mr. Cobalt, and in this video, I'm going to be going over the law of conservation of mass. Now, in this video and the next couple of videos, I'm going to be going over three fundamental laws of chemistry. The first one, of course, is the law of conservation of mass. Second one is the law of definite proportions, and then the law of multiple proportions. So I'm going to cover the law of conservation of mass in this video. We begin with Anton Lavoisier, who is pretty much the founder and discoverer of this law. He spent uh, days, months, hours doing very meticulous experiments where he would measure the masses of everything. He measured the masses of the reactants and the masses of the products, and he measured the masses of gases and liquids, and he made sure he measured everything as precisely as he could. And he found that whatever reaction he did, I mean, he burned whatever he could burn. And in all of the experiments, he was able to show that in every single case, the amount of reactants that he started with, the mass of those reactants was the same as the mass of the products he was able to collect. And so that brings us to the law of conservation of mass, which says basically that in any chemical reaction, matter is neither created nor destroyed. You don't lose any mass or matter, and you don't gain any matter or mass, right? Since mass and matter are tied together, right? So, in other words, the mass of reactants is always going to be equal to the mass of the products, as long as you are collecting and measuring accurately and as precisely both reactants and products. So, here would be an example of a reaction. So, if I have 2 moles of sodium solid and I react that with 1 mole of chlorine gas, I will get 2 moles of NaCl solid. That is the balanced chemical equation. But at this time, um, what Lavoisier would do is he would take a certain mass of sodium and a certain mass of chlorine and react them together. And if they completely reacted, in order to completely form product and have no reactants left over, the mass of the reactants on this side should equal the mass of the product obtained at the end of the reaction. And so what you see here is 45.98 grams of sodium is reacted with 70.90 grams of your chlorine gas, and that provides or produces 116.88 grams of your sodium chloride, table salt. And so you can see if you add these together, they will equal 116.88 grams. And so this shows that the law of conservation of mass is upheld. And so this was the case in all of Lavoisier's experiments. And so this is important because at the time, of course, this is 1789. The atomic theory is beginning to uh, take popularity. It's becoming more and more popular, and so there are debates going on this time. And so, if you are holding to an atomic theory where all matter is made up of these small particles that are indestructible, then this would be consistent with that. So it's consistent with the idea that matter is composed of small indestructible particles. Why? Because if the particles are not destroyed or created, but simply rearranged, then when you go from this to this to this, you should not lose any particles. It's just rearranged. So here you can see we have 2 sodium atoms reacting with 2 chlorine atoms. And so they come together to form NaCl, and we still have 2 sodium and 2 chlorine. So we haven't lost any atoms and we haven't gained any atoms. It's still the same number of atoms and the same type of atoms on both sides. It's just that they are rearranged. And that's what the atomic theory predicts. So the atomic theory says that this is what's going to happen. We do the experiment and we find that mass is conserved. If atoms are conserved, then mass would be conserved. We do the experiments and we find that mass is indeed conserved. So that is further support for the atomic theory. And this was a big deal at the time. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please, by all means, like the video, share the video, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel. When you do, click that notification bell. And when you do that, click on all so you can be notified by all the videos I put out. And finally, put a comment down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Ask me questions. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for joining me and have a great day.